We got to talk about Taylor. Taylor and Travis just are the gift that keep on giving. Travis attended Sunday's Eras Tour in Dublin, and now fans are speculating that he actually surprised Taylor with his appearance. There's all this footage that all the Swifties captured, as they do, of the football player being escorted to the VIP tent with his friend. And then they seemingly caught the moment where she notices him in the audience, and her eyes light up, her jaw hits the floor, and they get the moment of Travis where he seems, it's kind of like they have the two shots. So it's like
Yeah.
her reaction and him waving at her, and it's like two-handed wave, and he's smiling so big. And I love seeing Taylor in love. And I love that she has found somebody who's romantic like she is. I got to know what you thought of this surprise.
This is the prime example for all of our listeners out there who are single of if he wanted to, he would.
Love
Or
that.
even if she wanted to, she would. But we hear that a lot with like men. And
Mhm.
I think this shows that he understands that she loves a grand gesture. And so many times, like she's written about not getting that grand gesture. I remember thinking about like on the Red album and how she wrote the song about how Jake Gyllenhaal like didn't show up to her birthday party.
Mm.
And just like little things like that, that like really crushed her spirit and her heart. And I feel like he matches her love
Yeah.
languages, which I love to see. And what's wild is like he was in LA for a friend's wedding, I believe, caught a flight, made it to Dublin in time for I think like the 1989 set, which we know is like his favorite. And the look on her face, yeah, she's like beaming and she's glowing and she's so happy that someone would make that type of effort for her. And that's how it should be,
Yeah.
especially in like when you're courting somebody, it should feel like that and it should feel exciting. I talk to so many of my friends who are like so on the fence or iffy, or they're not really saying positive things about their partners and they're just sticking with it to stick with it. And it's like, no, it should never feel like that.
Yeah.
And if it does, you're with the wrong person.
Right.
And I remember telling Jason, I was like, oh my God, Travis surprised Taylor at her show. And he was like, well, babe, if you were on tour, I would surprise you.
Oh,
And it's like, don't settle for less. I feel like that's the big lesson here. And I feel like we're all watching them with like so much excitement and giddiness and happiness because it's what Taylor deserves. Like
yeah.
she has been through a lot of frogs, for lack of a better term. And
Mhm.
she's finally found this person who like shows up literally for her in a
Yeah.
different country, a different time zone. And she did the same for him. Remember, like all throughout the NFL season, she flew across the world to make it to the Super Bowl in
Oh, we
time.
remember.
And so it's like you do what you have to do to make the relationship work. And I think that should be a lesson to all of us.
Yep.
Don't settle for less than 110%. Don't you feel
Mhm.
like you have so many like I don't know if it's like single friends or just friends who are still dating and they're
Oh,
just
yeah.
like settling for all these like icky
Well,
like
and I
dating
think,
is hard, but there's good people out there.
and what I love too is because, you and I are in our mid late 30s. And, you know, I feel for my friends who are single right now because it's scary. The thought of like our clock is ticking. And,
Yeah.
I do sympathize with that because it's scary. And I think that it's so easy to just settle for whatever you get because you want to start doing the things that you feel like you're supposed to be doing. But you do yourself a disservice by not holding out for the real deal.
Yeah. Hold out.
Hold
The
out,
person's out
guys.
there for you that will show up for you.
That is true.
That's the lesson in all of this.